Hey, it's Dave. I was asked to provide some ideas on how to get our nutrition back on track after the holidays. First of all, I'll tell you this, it can be challenging. It really can be challenging. And the degree of challengingness is going to be based on kind of how off we were, how good we were prior to the holidays, the habits that we had instilled. All of these things are going to come into play. But nonetheless, I think these couple points that I'm going to give you would help anybody get back on track. Another thing to remember is, getting back on track, especially after the sweets and treats debacle that the holidays can often be, does have some physical ramifications. It can also have some mental and emotional ramifications too. So we want to kind of consider all of these things, if you will. And on some degree, there is a component of withdrawal. Whether it's withdrawal from the sugar, withdrawal from the processed foods, withdrawal from the alcohol that we all tend to overconsume over the holidays is something to consider. So anyway, here's a couple points. And I think the first thing is, have a plan. And I guess that's why we're here today. Like what does our plan look like? So I wanted to give you a couple thoughts on having a good plan, okay? Point number one, let's get the crap out of the house. I know this sounds like a super simple, old school type of thought process, but it's true. Get it out of the house. If it's not here, we're not going to eat it. I know Melissa did so much baking of these cookies and goodies over the holidays, but we have 3 boys. They're here for the holidays. We packed them up, sent them home with the boys, sent them home with some relatives. Fantastic. Get them out of the house. You know, someone said to me recently something to the effect of, "Oh, Dave, this health and fitness stuff is so easy for you because you're so disciplined." No. I mean, I would say, my ability to say no to something is probably no different than yours. But what I do is I do try to create an environment where where I don't have to say no, or I'm not tempted to that level. And that definitely helps me stay on track. So point number one, get that crap out of the house. Point number 2, prioritize protein. Try to get protein in each and every meal. Protein is the most satiating macronutrient. So by getting in more protein, we're going to have less sugar cravings and we're going to do much, much better. I did a lot of other videos in the past on protein and the amounts that we should be consuming. But real quick though, so you can always go back and look at those. But real quick, you should be consuming about 1 gram of protein for every pound that you weigh. I weigh 200 pounds. That means I'm going to be I try to get in 200 grams of protein each and every day. If I, for example, have 4 meals throughout the day, very simply 50 grams of protein each and every meal. Each and every meal. And I'll tell you what, if you do that with every meal, you hit your protein number for 4 weeks, man, you're going to feel like a new person. Point number 1, prioritize your protein. Point number 2, get your calories right. Okay, this is a little tough, especially if I'm not working with someone one-on-one and I'm just kind of talking to the masses right now. But if you try to start the new year with your calories too low, you're going to be sending a hunger signal to your body, which is going to make it harder for you to stay on track with your nutrition. All right, so we want to get our calories right. And again, speaking to the masses, this is a little bit tough, but let's use a quick number. If you take your body weight times about 14, you're going to be in the ballpark. So I weigh 200 pounds times 14. That's about 2,800 calories I want to consume every day. Okay, maybe 2,600, 2,800, but that's a pretty good maintenance number of calories for a 200-pound person. Let's start there. Again, if we try to go too low, it's going to be too challenging. Point number 3, sleep and rest and recovery. When we are not well rested, that sends a very similar hunger signal to our bodies, and it is going to make us feel hungrier. So we want to make sure that we get our rest and recovery right. And I know for me, over the holidays, yeah, my rest and recovery was off a little bit. Maybe we're doing a little bit more traveling, or my food's not the same, makes me feel not great, don't sleep as well, blah, blah, blah. But I really need to get back to focusing on my rest and recovery, hours and quality slept, and that is going to make the cravings. And what are we talking about today? Trying to get back on our nutrition plan. It is absolutely going to help. And point number 5 would be do your meal planning and don't wait. We got to get back on schedule. Melissa and I, right after the holidays, we went back to our age-old system. And again, I did videos on this in the past, but what are we having for dinner? What does dinner look like for the next week? So we plan, we prepare, we do our grocery shopping, we have everything in order for our meals, our dinners. I'm largely referring to our family meals, but have everything planned and prepared so we can execute on those on a high level without the, last minute, what are we going to have for dinner? Frozen pizza, or I'm going to DoorDash, or whatever that looks like. We want to, again, rid ourselves or at least reduce ourselves of those external, spontaneous, non-planned for events. Okay? So again, this all gets back to have a plan. So that's it. There's 5 simple things that we can do to help with getting back on track after the holidays. The other thing I would say is, don't wait. Jump right back into it. Keep doing your best. Perfection doesn't exist. People talk to me, Dave, I wasn't perfect on my nutrition plan. Well, yeah, who is? But we want to keep doing best. We just get 1% a little bit better each and every day, and we'll be back on track and you'll be fine. Hope that information helps. Please keep the questions coming, follow, share, and let's have a great 2024. We'll see you.